Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to continue the SQL interview series called SQL Wednesdays, and today I'm going to be solving a question on joins. So I know a lot of people struggle with how to use joins to solve some SQL interview questions. I'll be solving a question from Dropbox, and I'm also going to be solving it on Strata Scratch. Please let me know if you want me to try out some questions from LeetCode as well, if that is what you prefer. All right, so let's get right into the video. So the question I have here is an easy question, and it says salaries differences. Now, it's a question from Dropbox, and the question says, write a query that calculates the difference between the highest salaries found in the marketing and engineering departments. Output just the absolute difference in salaries. Okay, so we have two tables. We have DB on employees and DB departments. That's database department. Let's try to preview the employee database. Okay, so this is how it looks like. We have the ID, the first name, last name, salary, and department ID. Okay. Now let's check the department database. Okay, so we have the IDs for each of the departments. Now there are two ways we can go about this. We can know the department ID which that we're interested in. That is the marketing and engineering ID, which is 1 and 4. Or we can go ahead and join the tables together to just make everything be in one place. Okay, so as usual, before I start, the first thing I want to do is that I want to understand how my results will be. So the result will be the absolute difference of the maximum of marketing minus the maximum of the engineering salaries. Okay, that is what my result will be. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do, like I said, is I will be joining the two tables together. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to join the database for the employee and then the database for the department as well. Now, after joining these two tables, the next thing I want to consider is if I know the code, the department code, and then so I can just go ahead and do my subtraction. But if I don't know the code, then it will make sense to join the tables, right? I'm going to consider using a CTE. Now, a CTE means common table expression, and what it means is it helps to simplify long queries. So I've done a quick Google search here, and I just want to show you what a CTE is. So it's a common table expression, and it's a powerful construct in SQL that helps simplify a query. Now what this means is that instead of writing a lot of subqueries that makes your code look complex, it's easier to write those subqueries inside a container, right? Like just inside a table per se, and then you can reference the, any column you need from that query. So I'm going to create a CTE here, okay, to help me. All right, so now let's do that. So this is how I go about it. So I'm going to call my CTE summary. So with summary as, now what I'm going to put here is going to be the subquery that I want to do. Okay, now you know the question says write a query that calculates the differences between the highest salaries found in marketing and the engineering department. So we know that the result will be the absolute difference, right? We already stated that here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is write the CTE. So I'm going to select from. So my from will be the database as E. Okay. And I want to select everything from that. And then I also want to select this. And so I'm going to join the department. So I'm going to join the department. I'll say as D, right? On. So I'm going to join it on. So we can see that what is common between both of them is the department. So we have department here, and then we have, yes, department ID. So is the ID from the department database, and then the department ID over here. That's the primary key we're going to use. So if that is what is happening, then I'm going to say E dot department ID, because that is what is going to look for in the department database, and that is going to be DOS.id. Okay, so now we have our table. Now if I do select all from summary, just to show you what is inside at the moment. Okay, there's an error. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, so I made a mistake, guys. It's supposed to be E dot that, because I want to select everything. So from that, so let's see. Okay, good. So here we have, so we can see the department ID that corresponds to the department name. We can see that. So now it's going to make our lives easier, since we now have a joined table stored in summary. Okay, so I'm just going to comment that out. Okay, so now let's write the query. Okay, so let's remember my table now that I'm going to take it from is summary, and I'm going to make it an alias as S. I'm also going to get from summary again, reference the same table, and take it as, let's say, B. Okay. For my select statement, I'm going to select the absolute value, right, of the maximum of S.salary. So minus the maximum of the salary once again. But then it's going to be B.salary. Okay, so now this is where I would specify the department ID that I want to subtract. So I would say where S.department ID, okay, is equal to, so the first one that we want to subtract is the marketing. And marketing, we already know that it's 4. So where it's that is equal to 4, and B dot department ID is equal to 1. Now let's run this code. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. So this is how I gauge that you guys enjoy me making these kinds of videos, and it also helps me to understand what kind of videos you want me to make. I plan to make more videos like this, and your interactions help motivate me to make more videos like this. Thank you. So let's go back to the question. Marketing is 4, so which is what I'm referencing here, the maximum of that, and then it's also going to check for engineering the maximum of that, and then it's going to return the absolute result of that. Okay, now from summary, okay, so this is important. So where S.department ID is 4, because that is what the department ID for marketing department is, and then B the department ID is 1. So yes, I think this looks good. So I've gone ahead to put all of this here just in case. And yeah, so I want to know, is there a way to optimize this? Typically, there's a way to solve this without using a CTE. I have used a CTE here to help us understand the question and see it more clearly, but definitely there is a way to write the solution, I believe, without having to create a table. So if you want to make it more efficient, I believe you can do away with this temporary table that I have created and just go ahead and solve it directly. Let me check my solution. I'm gonna check it. Okay, yes, so that is correct. And let me go to the solution and see what they used. Take a look at what they did, you guys. So this is the first initial query, and then they wrote another query again, and then they call that as salary difference, right? So this is what I was saying, that this looks a bit messy, but I think I would prefer mine, even though it's created an extra table. So it depends on what interviewer wants. So these are the trade-offs that if I was in an interview settings, I would discuss with the interviewer. If they want less space, then I wouldn't go ahead to create an extra table. But if space is not an issue, then I would go ahead with my solution. Otherwise, I would go with what they have done here, just solving everything straight from the top. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, like I said, leave me a thumbs up, and that is how I know that you guys enjoy content like this. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.